gentlemen,
confidence
you
in
know
your
what?
skills.
Nobody wants to hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your telephones or your computers or your screens. It is your boys. It's been a while, but we're back. It is me, your board certified fantasy football and all sports guru, right alongside your boy, D. Sanchez,
It's been a
who
minute.
actually has hair, unlike the last time I saw him in a picture when he didn't, and it wasn't a good look.
You know
So
that
keep
was
your hair on your head. You don't want to go.
that
You
was
don't
a
want to.
bald cap. It was a costume. You know that, right?
It was a good one. But who you say? Wait a minute. If it was a costume, who were you supposed to be?
I was the beige guru. I told you. I'll post a picture later. What? I look just like you.
No, no, no.
I,
Don't lie to yourself, B.
I ate Big
No, you
Macs
don't.
every day for a month to get into game shape for the role. I'm a method actor. What can I say? I
I'm
commit.
not gonna lie. That was a good look, though. It was. It was. Yeah. Don't go chrome though.
Don't worry. The picture will get posted in the comments. I just to give the people some context. So 1 week out, 1 week out from the
1 week
draft.
away, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite time of the year, definitely. I don't know about
Always,
him
always Daryl's
because
favorite time of the
he
year.
has no dogs in the race, so he's not really worried about it this year. But it's
As
NFL
most of you
draft.
know, diehard Niners fan, my favorite time of the year is usually in December, January.
Why? When you lose,
Daryl's already done by then. Daryl's already done. That's why this is his time. So everyone be nice. This is his time. No negative comments. Let's support our friend.
here's something the guru doesn't get. The guru doesn't understand how you constantly lose all the time every year, but you somehow think you're some champ. As long
How
as
do
I
we
beat the
constantly lose?
Cowboys, say it. As long as I beat the Cowboys, don't matter to me. I don't need the Super Bowl every year. As long as I beat the Cowboys. Get out of here, man.
How
Wake
old are
up.
you? How old? Daryl.
No,
Daryl.
no, no, no.
Daryl.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna decide it's not gonna go on next year. Something happened to him. I don't know what happened to him since the last time we saw him, but he literally believes I will listen.
Daryl challenged
I
me.
will bring
You
back Terrence
cannot do a
Howard if
decent
he does
Christopher
this.
Walken impression. That's what he challenged me to. And now it's like, it's so easy. Because he just, certain word, Daryl, you don't even, like, is he in your face now?
It hurts.
Save it
It's
for the show next
painful.
week. What are we going to talk about today? I'm gonna pitch count. Otis is on the couch with milk. This could go sideways any minute.
Of course. No. I just wanted to get everybody ready. So the draft is in a week, boys and girls. My favorite time of the year. I'm going to tell you something about this draft that I believe is going to be a bit different than the last few years we've done it. By the way, this is our fifth year in a row NFL draft. Congratulations, boys. I'm
Is it
gonna
5
tell you right
years?
now, I believe there's going to be a lot of movement this year, like early, like first 10 picks. There's going to be a lot of movement. I think people are going to trade up. I think people are going to trade down. There's a lot of teams with multiple picks this year in the first round. So I think that a lot's going to happen. A lot of quarterbacks that are going to go this year as well. It's a
I think it's
quarterback
pretty
heavy
safe. I'll
draft.
call it now. I think Bryce Young is going number 1 to
You're going
Carolina.
to take him over Stroud.
And I think Stroud's going to go number 2 to Houston. And I
I
think
think
that's
Stroud's
where.
gonna go number one.
And then no, man. Bryce Young is just he's got too much upside. Not to say that Stroud doesn't, but we'll just leave it at that. Maybe we make a little wager. You think Stroud? I like Mr. Young. $50.
I'm down.
I just want to get it back over 1,000. You know.
I'll let you tell it. Well, I think odds right now are on definitely on Bryce Young. So they're definitely on Bryce.
But
Which is
who
why-
knows, right?
which is
And
why you
then
probably take
and I
him
think
to-
when you're talking about trades, I think
As the
that's
hedger.
why just because I'm smarter than you, you just stick with your gut. It's okay.
But Chicago not needing a quarterback and having the number one pick, something gonna happen.
Well, I mean, going forward, I think Arizona's going to be the next one. I think someone's going to want to trade up, jump past the Colts to take probably Richardson, but
Okay, what are your thoughts on Richardson? He has that fast twitch stuff you like when you talk about certain players, but he doesn't have an immense amount of experience. Kind of reminds me of a certain quarterback in San Francisco.
Why is
World
there
of ability,
why is it why and exactly and
but not a lot of
quarterback
playing
in San
experience. I
Francisco
mean,
is
he
going
had
to realize that potential this year. You're going to see an MVP season out of my boy Trey Lance. You'll see.
based on what exactly?
Just a gut feeling. It's the gut feeling.
I'll take a gut because I do
But
not believe in. I don't
getting
even know
back
if
to
you know who your
Richardson,
quarterback is. This
getting
year,
back
but
to
whatever.
Richardson, I mean, this is where it boils down to like the coach and the OC. Like, do you want that prototypical pocket like Will Levis? That could be the guy. Hey, want to say hi?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, Daryl.
Hi.
Hi, hey, you're talking now. How you doing, buddy?
Are you doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, I'm a proud black man. Don't worry,
See,
buddy. You'll see
You
it
can't
later.
lead them there. You can't lead them there. So, quick question for you:
Yes, sir.
Are the Cowboys going to fail and bungle the draft?
No, I don't. You know what? This is one of the best years
Usually
for
he
the
goes
Cowboys.
for that.
Because I think with free agency this year, finally, what is up? Philly's in the building. What's up, cousin Jerome? What's up, big boy? We're talking about the Cowboys right now. For the first time in a long time, I think this is one of the years that the Cowboys can relax and pick maybe the best player on the board as opposed to having a need. They filled the need at defensive end. They filled the need at wide receiver. Funny enough, they filled the need at linebacker.
Who filled the need at wide receiver?
The Cowboys filled the need at wide receiver.
You don't think there's still a glaring hole at that position?
A glaring hole? Are you crazy? I have maybe the best threesome in football.
Oh my god!
Good.
All right.
Why are you bringing him into it? This is me talking, B. This is the guru talking.
You really think Michael Gallup is something special?
I think Michael Gallup came off an injury and they rushed him back last year. And I think, yeah, he's going to be very special this year. By the way, Sammy Fanuka, who we drafted 2 years ago, is stepping up. Tolbert has stepped up from last year.
Semi Fanuka. What?
I'm deep at wide receiver.
Is that the new strain of COVID? What is it? Semi Fanuka?
Wow.
Who are these people you're talking about? Talk
He's
about
an
real
island
football
brother.
players.
You don't know nothing about
And then you lost Schultz. You had a hole at tight end.
I'm not worried about Schultz. There's a lot of talk of the Cowboys taking a tight end at number 26. I'm not crazy about that. Obviously, we know everybody's talking about the Bijan story.
I hope you trade up because Bijan's not making it outside the top 10.
I don't think so either. You know what's even scarier than that? I think he might go to Philly. And if he does, you might be looking at the Super Bowl champion, my friend.
It would be a good fit. I mean, that team.
And they need him.
Yeah, they could go
They did
wide
bring
out
in
as well.
Penny.
They could go wide out as well. There's a lot of good wideouts that they could use to complement the Smith and
Well,
AJ.
they did lose a linebacker to some team in the West. I can't remember who.
First of all, not a
West
linebacker.
took the linebacker.
Defensive tackle. See, this is what you don't. Yeah, why
No, they pushed him up the tackle. He started off as a linebacker.
Okay, he's a defensive tackle.
Nobody cares anyway.
So, anyways, what's the plan? Are you going live somewhere for the show next week or what?
No, we're gonna stay at home and do it at home. We're gonna do it old school style. I don't know. I might. Oh, are you going to be at Mill Street?
It's Mill Street.
Mill Street, whatever.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go there, just like last year. Last year, we started the year off right. We did the draft in Milltown, and as things.
Okay. So the word in Philly, my cousin said, is Philly's really talking about taking Bijan right now. So it looks like they want Robinson down in.
Yeah, but again, where are they picking? Are they picking 10?
They're picking 10. You're at 10.
Yeah, he might not be there at 10. Okay, you want to go? Go find your truck.
You don't think he's there? You think, okay, if he's not there at 10, let's look at the teams that might take him. Atlanta might take him. Carolina has another pick at or no, is that the first?
I think the Falcons, man. The Falcons at 8.
Atlanta,
a logical place. Chicago at 9. I mean, they just let Monty go. So they got some question marks there. So to me, if Philly wants to secure him, they may have to move up to 7 or 6.
What about Vegas or Denver?
What's that?
Vegas or Denver?
Yeah, I mean, Vegas would be the easiest one for them to swap with because the Raiders obviously could use more draft capital. And, I mean, they're not going to take a running back. I think there's another question. What happens with Jacobs? He's got one more year, and then he goes unrestricted. So, a lot of moving parts, man, because there's a lot of teams that could use Bijan. So,
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
speaking of a lot of years, the Dallas Cowboys exercised the 5th year on CD Lamb. Great move. Great move, Dallas.
okay.
But
I
here's the
just
thing.
on the back for the most obvious move. Like, if you guys didn't do that, come on.
But here's the thing. There's another running back at number 2 that's a really, really good pick that nobody's talking about.
Who, Gibbs?
Gibbs. Nobody's talking about Gibbs. And Gibbs at 26 is not a bad pick if the Cowboys pick him up.
No, I mean Bijan is potentially a generational player. I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs is. I think you have other things that you need to. I mean, all jokes aside, does Dallas look at taking a quarterback? Do they want to move up and look at one of the quarterbacks? Because
You know what? They're looking at Hooker right now, and I think round 4 or 5, you might see a quarterback in Dallas. And I wouldn't
Hooker's
be
not
upset.
making it to the 5th. Hooker's not making it to the 5th.
You don't think so?
No, he'll get scooped in the 2nd, man.
I
Because
don't know.
there's going to be that run early. There's going to be the top 4 guys that go early. Hooker's the 5th, but it's like, you really think it's going to be 40, 50 picks before someone else takes a shot at a quarterback? I don't think so, man. And Hooker, like, that kid's got legit skill. He doesn't get the love that Richardson and these other guys get. So,
But you never said what you think about Richardson. Do you think he's an NFL quarterback?
he could be either one, man. Like, he could be a star. He could be a Tiger Cat. Like, it's just one of the. The sample size is too small, and it's all about his accuracy. Like, you'll find out, like, it's always these young quarterbacks that get drafted, and then the hoopla dies down, and then all of a sudden it's time for camp. And then within a couple of weeks, these young guys, it's like, oh, he's doing well, or it's like early signs are not good. And so I think you're going to find out really quickly with Richardson. But the measurables, like the shit that he can do physically, it's like, how do you not?
It's off the chart. It's off the chart good.
Yeah. Like, it's like Michael Vick shit, but like roided out in terms
Or
of.
we
Like,
can say Lamar Jackson, who's another story. I mean, Lamar Jackson bet on himself, looking like he kind of failed right now.
dude, man,
He
he had that. I mean, if it's true, but apparently that offer that he turned down is virtually identical to what Jalen Hurts just signed. 5
Yeah.
years, 250, like $160 guaranteed. Other incentives. It's like, how badly would fucking Lamar like that deal right now? You just signed Odell. Like, they've got a pretty potent offense there. Like, I love that running back stable. Like, I think J.K. Dobbins is one of the best kept secrets in the NFL. So he's gonna have to go there. Like, that non-exclusive tag or whatever. Like, the fact that no one else has matched it or had any real serious talks. He's gonna stay in Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, maybe take a bit less, but he's gonna or take the franchise for this year and then deal with.
Well, he has no choice. Like, they franchise, they put that designation on him. And it's like, as part of the collective bargaining agreement, like, he has to play under it.
Exactly. Cousin Jerome, as he said wisely, which I believe he would benefit from. But Richardson has to sit for a few years before they put him on the field. If they do that, they're gonna have a wonder kid with this quarterback. I really like Richardson. I just think he needs more time under.
But it
his
just
belt.
depends on who drafts him. Because if it's one of these teams that needs a
That
quarterback
need him right
now,
away.
and he gets
Yeah.
thrown in, then we'll find out sooner rather than later. And that might be not very good for his development. Because I do agree with you. I mean, you have to give a little bit of, like, redshirt him for a year. You know, like, give
Yeah,
him,
exactly.
throw him right in.
Here's a scenario I was thinking about that would be really scary. What if Detroit traded up and grabbed Bijan? Detroit's a few players away from being a dynamite team.
No, but they
Let's be
got
real.
Swift and they signed Monty. By those two things.
Yeah,
right
but I mean,
there-
Philly brought in Penny, and they're still talking about Bijan. So
no, but that's different, man. Elijah Penny is. Like,
Yeah, I know.
That's not a real solution. That's like, it's a dart throw at a low price tag. It's a super
but Philly is running back by
high
committee.
reward. Like,
Yeah, Philly is running back by committee. They're like Frisco. They're like you guys.
exactly. We're smart.
Next man up.
Smart.
Yeah, white boys didn't get injured. Make sure
Or
more
you
running
could
back.
be like Dallas and fucking spend like $60 million on running backs and then have to let
and then get rid of them. And then
Amari Cooper can't
Excuse
sign.
me.
You gotta trade him,
Excuse me. 60 million in my pocket after the draft. Relax, B.
Yeah,
Relax.
and you're still not going to make the playoffs. Terrible.
We make the
terrible.
playoffs every year. B, why don't you just say, yeah, but you lose to us?
But that's what happens every year.
Here's another question.
You know,
What is
the reason
going
why
on
you have
with
to do
D-Hop?
that terrible impression is you're upset. You're upset.
Now, listen, obviously D-Hop comes with a lot of money. But is D-Hop going to be a Cardinal this year or is he going to go somewhere? Because the draft is somewhere they could eat up some money and get some value for him. But is he going to stay there? I mean, the problem with D-Hop is
the
money,
value's
I
all
think.
relative, man. He's due a lot of money, so whatever
Yeah.
team trades for him has to either take on all that hit, which they won't. Like Arizona's going to have
Whoa,
to
don't speak so fast. Looks like Andy Reid's looking at him. Andy Reid's thinking about it. And I'll tell you what, a couple more rings over there if Andy Reid picks him up.
Well, I mean, like the money that they save by not signing Tyreek and trading him, I think they do have a little bit of money on the books.
Wasn't that a brilliant move considering they got the chip? I mean, he
No,
looks like a
and
genius now.
for a 5th round pick, or whatever, they go and get Kadarius Toney. Like, I don't know how.
Did you hear what the players were saying about Kadarius Toney when he got there, when they got into the Super Bowl? They were like, what were the Giants thinking? Like, what was going on in New York that they let this man go? Because it made no sense, which means they think very highly of him.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world. It was just one of those things. It was a character problem. And Andy Reid's one of those few coaches that's, like, always willing to take a chance. Like, look historically at the players that he's brought in. It's like, gave Josh Gordon multiple opportunities. There's a lot of players that he took a chance on. So it's like, he doesn't mind guys that are a little bit checkered. So Hopkins there, if they can make it work financially. But again, it's just, will Arizona want to sit? Like, if part of the deal is they have to eat half the contract, and then you factor in the dead cap hit, and I don't know what that would. It just, there's so many things, right? Financially, that would make it hard to deal him. So,
okay, so give me 2 moves that we're going to see in the first 10 picks. Who's going to move up? Who's going to trade up? Is anybody going to trade up? How many quarterbacks are gone in the first 10 picks?
I haven't decided which team's going to do the move up, but I think Arizona is going to trade out a number 3. I think there's going to be someone in the teens that needs a quarterback that wants to jump up. And it's just because, especially I mentioned the Colts, like the Colts are sitting at the floor. You know the Colts are taking a quarterback there, right? So it may be as simple as the Colts trying to negate one of their competitors swooping in and taking the quarterback. They may just want to do a small trade for 3 and 4. Be like, let's just move to 3, guarantee that we get the guy that we want, whether it's Levis or Richardson or even Hooker. You know, like, who knows? Maybe it's some crazy shit and they think he's the guy. But they get their guy, and then, you know, what would they really have to give up to swap 1 pick? Like maybe a second or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Arizona from there can take, I mean, I think there's so many things on that team that need fixing. But, I mean, I think the defensive side of the ball, like, you could trade out a number 4, or they take the kid from Alabama. So
do the Rams look for a quarterback and maybe sneak
no,
up
I
on
think
somebody?
they're still with Stafford. I think they're still on Stafford.
But how much does Stafford have in the tank? I mean, from what they're saying now, they're saying Stafford, you know, he's done now.
I don't think he should write that off yet. Like, he was banged up last year, but apparently he's going to be healthy going into camp. Like, don't forget, they still got Cooper Kupp, they still got Cam Akers, they still got Tyler Higbee. Like,
yeah, but they got Cooper Kupp coming off a year and a big
I'm just
injury.
saying, like, there's weapons there. You know what I mean? Like,
We're gonna have. Well, I can't wait till our starting of the season show, because there's a lot of quarterback movement in my list of people that are moving up and moving down. I'm not sure. I'm not giving any love anymore to the Huberts. I think the Josh Allen is on a bit of a dip. Like, there's a lot of stories going on with
how is
quarterbacks.
Josh Allen on a dip?
Dak is moving up,
Okay,
but
so
the
I guess
weapons that the cow.
we're done for the show's done now, because now Daryl's clearly into the drinking. You know, not making much sense. So let's just cut it. We want to make sure we have people tune in tomorrow and the next day. We don't want to.
Especially when we pick up D-Hop.
You think you're gonna get D-Hop?
I was hoping. I don't think so now. I think it's too late now. But what we got, listen, what I love
Dude, you
about
guys got to
Dallas
pick a
is-
quarterback, man. Dak is
Look.
the only reason that fucking you guys can't make it over the hump.
Why would you say that?
Because it's true.
So what, I'm supposed to play Cooper Rush?
You're supposed to make better GM decisions and make sure you get the personnel that can take, like, that guy. I don't know.
Well,
Darryl.
okay.
Darryl.
I'm not even going to go on about that. You
Stop.
guys right now do not have a starting quarterback. And you can't sit here right now and look me in my face and tell me you know who your quarterback is for sure right now.
Trey
You
Lance.
don't know.
100%.
You
I do know. Week 1,
said
Trey
Trey
Lance
Lance.
is the starter. Let's put, I'll put $249 on it.
You're going to bet on the black against the
249.
white?
$249.
On a black?
What you said that we don't have a starting quarterback and we don't know? I know.
I'm gonna call my guys. Oh, you know what? Well, I'll make that bet by the draft. How about that? I'll make that bet by the
Now,
draft.
it's you have 10 seconds. Are you mice or a man? Come on, let's go.
Put my money on your stupid. Get out of here. Hit the bricks. Get lost. What do you think? What do you like with Vegas? Does Vegas take
Hey,
the running back?
Otis, get out of there.
Yeah, get ready for that for the rest of your life. You want me to break the other one? Does Vegas take the running back right now?
No. I think I don't know what Vegas does, quite frankly. Like,
Why would? Wait a minute. Can we talk about this for a second? We
I
both
think,
know
the defensive side of the ball is where the Raiders need to focus. I think that's the main thing, but there's a lot of offensive line.
The longer this goes, or is it going to happen in the draft? Is Aaron Rodgers going to stay in Green Bay? Is he actually going to go to the Jets?
I think he has to, man. Too much stuff is going on.
But the longer this goes, are we starting to get little?
Well, I mean, if it doesn't happen at the draft and Packers don't get the compensate, like that's the whole point of this trade is to get pieces
Something for
this draft that can help them this season. So
Like
like
a
a
new
24 pick. I mean, they're going to probably get some later future picks anyways, but if they don't get it done by next Thursday,
This is what I'm saying. So what does that mean for what he? I don't know. What does it mean for all the moves that the Jets made, waiting for him to come, and he doesn't go? Does this speak to everybody saying that he's been the biggest dick in history of football?
I believe that it will get sorted out. I just think there's too much at stake for both, like the franchise and for him. So that's another bet. I'll put $49. Aaron Rodgers
Is a Jet by the draft?
by the end of day one. End of day one,
He's a Jet.
he's a Jet.
I'll take that bet.
$49.
He's not going to be a Jet by the first round of the draft.
Okay, and there's a stipulation: if you lose,
Ladies and gentlemen, the heads are.
if you lose, it's immediate payment. None of this
Fine.
fucking 9-month layaway plan.
Fine.
Just so you know, some context to the people out there. Daryl did finally get the
Yeah, here's some context. Why don't you
No,
smoke more weed?
hey.
Why don't you wake up? Like, smoke more weed. How high are you right now with a child at home? Like, what is going on in my life right now? What am I looking at right now? Wake up, B. Splash some water on your face. Go do something.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, my
I'm not
gosh.
sure
Why do we have
you're-
to look at this? There's kids watching.
Last I checked, this is legal. Nothing wrong with
That's that checked. Nobody cares. Put it down. You're at home with your son. But let a brother do it, right? The police are beating down my door. I'm in jail for 10, doing hard time.
Yeah, you're doing hard time.
Scheduled class 1 drug.
Yeah, with your keyboard and your poncho. It's fucking so hard back there. This guy. Look, fuck. Unbelievable. You know what? I'm done.
You don't know these streets, B?
Yeah, exactly.
these
Yeah.
streets like I do.
St. Catherine's in 12th. Fucking sure. You're fucking hard. Go get
You don't
some
know these
fucking
streets like I
smoked
do.
meat, you muppet. Bye.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to smoke his brain candy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, kids, children of all ages, we are exactly 1 week away. It is Brothers Talk Ball. I'm going to get on the phone, do it live from, we'll figure it out. But it's next Thursday. So get ready for it. NFL draft. Here we come. Have a good week. Be good to everybody around you. And we will see you in a week's time for the NFL draft. As always, it is me, your board certified fantasy football and all sports guru, alongside apparently the highest co-host in the history of the game. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. It's good to be back. By the way, Brothers Talk, get ready for some basketball. My boy was on vacation. Brother Angry was on vacation. He's coming back. The playoffs are here. We're going to get some playoffs to you. And big news about the D-Love experience coming up. All right? So stay tuned. Your kids are back. We're back, boys and girls. Get ready for some basketball. Get ready for some football talk. As always, I love you.